Well, one thought that comes to mind is be careful what you wish for. If you go back to 1988 and a couple years before that, there was a big private sector push for amending and frankly weakening the FCPA. At the end of the day, that fizzled and the changes were not significant. One risk, I think, is that if the act is reopened for legislative change, that could invite or encourage or prompt some suggested changes that might be quite unwelcome to the Chamber of Commerce. There would likely be pressure to eliminate facilitating payments exception, for example. So reopening the law creates some risk, and frankly, the latitude for statutory amendment is restricted because we now have treaty obligations that this law is implementing. So any amendments would have to be consistent with treaty obligations that the U.S. has signed on to, and I think that restricts the opportunity for amendment. First, I think adequate procedures is not going to be what many assumed. That is to say, I don't think it's going to be a safe harbor checklist, which is what many people hoped for and assumed when they read the statute. What UK officials are now saying is that that's a term that will be applied to how compliance programs in fact are working. So I think it will not be the kind of safe harbor that some people assumed, and I think it will be difficult to get a real safe harbor under U.S. law, even though there are renewed calls for safe harbors. Not a lot. Never say never, but in 33 years, no corporation has challenged FCPA charges in court. Because a more appealing path is to resolve the issues and get them off the front pages and move on. What we are seeing are cases involving individuals getting litigated, and that will happen, and that will produce some case law. Well, I think what they typically do is what the historical pattern shows, namely resolve the issue, remediate it, and get back to business as quickly as possible. And that's one of the forces against litigating these cases.